Port Harcourt was waking up to another humid morning when Wayne stood by the window of a small room, watching the city slowly come alive. She had come from a humble background, but life had finally smiled at her. She was now married into the powerful household of Chief Elijah Iliozu, a wealthy man respected across the community, known not just for his riches but for his many wives. When Wayne entered the family, she was the youngest wife. Unlike the others, she was quiet, gentle, and grateful. She believed her marriage marked the end of suffering. She believed she had finally found peace. Chief Elijah cared for her, and to keep her active, he helped her secure a teaching job at a local secondary school. Wayne loved the job. It gave her purpose and dignity. Every morning, she dressed neatly, said her prayers, and walked to school with hope in her heart. Not long after, Wayne became pregnant. When the doctor announced she was carrying twins, her joy knew no bounds. She praised God endlessly. When the babies arrived, the whole compound gathered in celebration. One was a boy, whom they named Chimenam, and the other a girl, Chiminam. Wayne's happiness was complete. But joy does not always move alone. Envy walks quietly behind it. Some of the other wives smiled during the naming ceremony, but their eyes told a different story. Many of them had waited years without having a male child. Wayne had given birth to a son and a daughter at once. The house changed, slowly. At first, Wayne did not notice. She was busy raising her children with love and discipline. Chimenam and Chiminam were bright, playful, and obedient. They grew up loved by their mother and admired by neighbors. When they turned 10, they were allowed to play outside after school with other children in the community. That evening, the sun went down, and the children did not return. Wayne waited. Minutes turned to hours. Fear entered her heart. She searched the playground, the nearby streets, calling their names until her voice grew weak. Chief Elijah was informed, and a search party moved through the community with lanterns and loud calls. That night passed without answers. Days later, the entire community was shaken when two small bodies were found by the stream at the edge of the village. People gathered in silence. Wayne was called. The moment she saw them, she screamed. They were her children. Chimenam and Chiminam. Wayne collapsed to the ground, rolling in pain, crying, screaming, asking the same question again and again. Who did I offend? Who did this to me? Chief Elijah stood still, his eyes heavy with grief. He said little. His heart was broken. The eldest wife, Gladys, popularly known as Big Mama, stepped forward and held Wayne. The world is evil, she said softly. Take heart, my daughter. Wayne clung to her words because she had nothing else to hold on to. Years passed. Pain never truly left Wayne, but life continued. She later gave birth again, this time to a girl named Adan, and 2 years later, a boy named Ovonda. She guarded these children with everything in her. She watched them closely. She prayed for them daily. Adan and Ovonda grew into brilliant children. They were disciplined, respectful, and intelligent. Their school results amazed everyone. Adan gained admission into Rivers State University at just 16, studying law. Ovonda followed later, studying petrochemical engineering. They both maintained first-class grades. Wayne thanked God every day. Then one holiday season, Wayne had to travel out of state for a teachers' conference. She handed her children over to Big Mama Gladys, who welcomed them warmly. They stayed for 2 days. They were fed well. Their clothes were washed. Big Mama even insisted on grooming them. Ovonda's hair was cut by a barber she brought home. Gladys personally braided Adan's hair herself. When Wayne returned, she was happy. Her children looked neat, calm, and well cared for. She thanked Big Mama repeatedly. Weeks later, the children returned to school. Then everything began to fall apart. Adan stopped attending classes. She locked herself in her hostel room, murmuring to herself, asking people to leave her alone. Students grew afraid. Ovonda changed too. He fell into bad company, began smoking, drinking, and skipping classes. The university contacted Wayne. She rushed to campus. She found Adan sitting alone in the hospital, talking softly to herself. "Mommy, nothing is wrong," Adan said calmly. "Just let them leave me." Wayne went to Ovonda's hostel and found him weak, confused, and clearly under the influence. Her heart shattered. She took them home. Years passed, and things only grew worse. Adan wandered around talking to herself. Ovonda spent his days drinking, fighting, and causing trouble at the junction. Wayne tried hospitals, rehab centers. Nothing worked. One day, she met a quiet man named Mr. Elendo. He was not tied to any church, but his faith was deep and sincere. After listening to Wayne's story, he spoke gently. "This did not start today," he said. "Someone close to you is behind this." Wayne froze. Mr. Elendo visited the family compound to pray. Chief Elijah was hesitant but allowed it. Big Mama Gladys protested strongly. But 3 minutes into the prayer, she screamed. She fell, shouting that fire was burning her. She confessed everything. She admitted her jealousy. She admitted planning the death of the twins. She admitted taking Adan's and Ovonda's hair and giving it to a native doctor to ruin their lives. The compound stood silent. Moments later, she collapsed. Mr. Elendo prayed for Adan and Ovonda. Slowly, their minds cleared. They returned to school. They healed, and Wayne finally saw light again.